Thank you, everyone. It's time for the lighting of the lamp. For that, I would like to invite Kannan, founder, principal, Sri Venkateswara Group of College. I welcome you, ma'am. Professor Saramma Samuel, Secretary, RVS Group of Institutions. Please join with us, ma'am. Dr. Manjula Pooja, MD and CEO, Kalorex Group. Please join, ma'am. Jayan Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn. Along with them, I would like to invite Kumar, Chandan, Anand, Founder, CEO, Group Editor, ArdorComm Media Group.
एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय भालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. चतुराय गानप्राणाय गानान्तरात्मने गानोत्सुखाय गानमत्ताय गानोत्सुकम्.
So it's time to honor our guest with a bouquet. For that, I would like to invite Kumar Chandan, sir. I request Kannan, founder, principal. Ma'am, please come forward to the stage. Professor Saramma Samuel, Secretary of RVS Group of Institution, please come forward, ma'am. Dr. Manjula Pooja, Shroff, please come forward, ma'am. Mr. Jayan Prakash, please come forward, sir. So at the same time, I request all the guests to be on stage for the group photo. So thank you everyone. The most awaited part of the event of today, a book on parenting, baby steps to big dreams. Oh, they're going to speak. Okay. Now, okay. Okay, I think I was too excited for the book launch. Just because of the name, I suppose. So let us wait for some more moment. So for the welcome address, I would like to invite Kumar, Chandan, Anand sir, founder, CEO, group editor for ArdorComm Media Limited. So please come forward. I will get a book to write.
Yeah, so before that, I want you all to settle down with physically you are, but mentally also. Can we please have a small video which makes us connected with the music and the journey of ArdorComm so far? Thank you. So wasn't it an energetic video? So I may skip my welcome speech also after this. But again, it's a part and a procedure to be very grateful and thankful for making this black and white hall so colorful and bright with your kind presence. So here is my welcome speech, like Vanakkam Coimbatore, Vanakkam Tamil Nadu. Good morning to one and all. Cheers to good health, happiness and prosperity. I'm glad to see such a lovely gathering today. ArdorComm Media Group welcomes all of you. I, Kumar Chandan Anand, founder, CEO and the group editor of ArdorComm Media Group, welcome our guest speakers on the dais, Dr. Kannan ma'am, Dr. Manjula Shroff ma'am, Professor Saramma Samuel ma'am, Mr. Jayant Prakash. I'm also very grateful for your valuable support and association and many of our well-wishers for their continuous support and guidance in helping us co-create this wonderful physical symposium of knowledge sharing for the education fraternity. I welcome all distinguished speakers. I welcome all distinguished guests, delegates representing the education fraternity from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu and rest of India. We welcome our partners who supported our missions of spreading the ideas of socio-digital transformation and innovation. We welcome presenting partner LinkedIn, powered by partner Samsung, EdTech partner D2L, mentoring partner Intercell, connected classroom technology partner Teachment, associate partner Digital Ed India, associate partner SAS, and school partner Kalorex. Your support and association gives us strength and courage to host this event on this big scale and try to build this as one of the biggest new normal education leadership summit. Am I wrong in making this statement? One of the biggest new normal education leadership summit. We are trying to present Tamil Nadu as the education and skill hub of the country. I'm really grateful to you that you have managed to come and attend this knowledge sharing platform physically. Dear all, can we have a round of applause for yourself? Today we all have gathered to witness the New Normal Education Leadership Summit and Awards 2024. This will be a day-long event focusing on topics relevant to school education, preschool, higher, technical and skill education. We will also witness the prestigious award ceremony and the felicitation ceremony as we progress towards the finish line of the summit. Before we start, let me invite your kind attention towards a small introduction of ArdorComm Media Group. Though a visual of a video would have given you a sense of it, but it has been a lot of more effort beyond this. ArdorComm Media Group is a growing media company enabling communities of education, human resource, healthcare and wellness, governance, media entertainment and art to effectively advance their businesses and strategic interests by becoming their collaboration catalyst. Our passion is to co-create, co-learn and collaborate for innovation and socio-digital transformation. A short overview on how we started this media venture. When the overall industry was sailing across the VUCA phase of existence and survival, during the peak of second wave of COVID-19, where companies were in a cost-cutting situations or shutting down their operations, loss of jobs and uncertainty could be witnessed by many of us. A small foundation team dared to start our own media venture. We got incorporated just 2.5 years or maybe 3 years approx as a media startup and named this company as ArdorComm, where Ardor dictionary meaning is passion, zeal, enthusiasm, and comm stands for community and communication. Our 5 core values are aspiration, reimagination, digitalization, opportunity, and readiness, can also be abbreviated as Ardor. We were enabling to extend employment opportunities to the deserving young candidates having a strong will, skill, and zeal to work and outperform. We carefully interviewed, we carefully shortlisted, and selected as our team. The focus was on their willingness to work and how skilled they are, and even on the ability to reskill and upskill their abilities. And focus was definitely not on their degrees which they are holding or any fancy certificates which they are carrying. With this, the journey started as a social entrepreneur. We as a team are very passionate to take an effort in creating positive changes in the society by engaging community leaders like you. We aim to become India's leading and most desirable media voice by enriching community with the ecosystem of knowledge sharing platform, informative content and news. Let us wish that the symposium will open the gateway of bringing back the hopes and positivity among the teachers, academicians, educators, and the entire education community who have been working really hard to ease the process of teaching, learning, and assessment in this VUCA phase of survival and existence. In the true sense, new normal. The Indian edtech industry market has valued more than $6.4 billion with a CGR of 16.5% from 2023 to 2028, according to one of the organization, IMARC. The flow of the venture funding to edtech startups slowed down noticeably in 2022 and is in a progress towards downtrending in extending towards 2023, which is very opposite to the trend which we saw in 2020, 2021, and 2022 towards. The emerging newest technologies, AI, ChatGPT, chatbots, robotics, IoT, AR and VR had transformed our lives in many ways. Now we also have to understand the difference between employment and employability, where the former means the state of having a paid job, whereas employability is the ability to be employed. In this new age of technology, Is it a boon or a bane may be debatable. But the world of technology is constantly evolving, and every year new advancements are made that revolutionize the way we live our lives. Our event theme is Pioneering Education, Skilling and Employability in 21st Century Workplace. We have researched a lot and carefully chosen very interesting and relevant panel session topics. So, this is one hall where we all are sitting. There is one more hall, which is Crystal Hall at the first floor, just besides once we enter the registration desk. Very two important roundtable discussions are happening. So, you might get the agenda from the registration desk. So basically, it's two halls where it's a very closed room discussion happening with some of the selected education leaders, which is a roundtable in a pre-lunch, and one roundtable which is post-lunch. And this session will be continuously running throughout the day in this hall. And in between the panel sessions, we have 3 to 4 industry presentations. So these are the tech partners and the tech leaders of the industry. May not be naming them again, you can see on the stage. And they are here just to interact with you, just to make you sense what is happening in the industry, how they are capable of engaging with you. So whenever you get time in this day, in the entire day, kindly make a visit to their stalls outside. They are eagerly waiting to have an interaction with you, to showcase you what is the difference of the technology they are evolving day on day, what are you having, and what they possess. So it's just a 5-minute interaction in the entire day when if you can meet the people outside. And so we are shortly going to witness some meaningful and great deliberations, and I'm hopeful that we all will enjoy, learn, and enhance our knowledge sharing from today's panel sessions and the industry presentations. The session is live on our FB page. Zaid, it is live on our FB page. I'm just reconfirming from you. So our social media handles are like the 4 media handles is Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. It's simple. You have to type ARDORCOMM, ArdorComm Media. You will easily find out over there. We all are live in this session. I would request you to kindly like, follow, and share that live page with the stakeholders whom you are connected. So let them also witness what is the discussion which is having today. Why you all have taken leave from your colleges and in schools, and why you are here. What discussions you are contributing to. So that message should go to the communities of students. It should go to the communities of parents, and definitely the colleagues who are in the colleges and schools. So please do follow and share those social media handles. So with this, एक हिंदी में शायरी में बोल दूंगा. If anybody could connect to it, you can do that. That is what I have written. I try to speak that in all the forums which I go. So मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन, I'll be slow so that you can relate to this. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. ऐ मंजिल तू रुक वहीं, चल पड़े हैं हम पथ पर, और जिस पथ पर हम चल पड़े हैं पत्थर है वो मलमल नहीं. सो मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. थैंक यू सो मच ऑडियंस.
Thank you, sir. I request Uma Kannan, Founder Principal, Sri Venkateswara Group of College. Ma'am, please come forward to share a few words, please. I request everyone to give a big round of applause.
Happy morning, everyone present here. It's my humble gratitude to Chandan, ArdorComm founder, and Madam Manjula, and the other speakers and the guest of honor here who are adorning the stage, and the delegates in front of me and in front of the dais, going to share and take in lot of inputs and handouts, as well the take-home prints on this summit. So really it's a connecting session from a 3-year-old child entering in the school, what the child and the buddy, toddler learn in the school to the level of the collegiate education. So I appreciate Chandan to bringing in this new normal LinkedIn connectivity from age group 3 as NEP suggests 5 plus 3 plus, like madam has written a book on that. I think so is going to, 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4. That is the new policy adopted by the policy makers, the central government, to be followed in schools. And that will carry out in the collegiate education also. The previous panel speaker said, now the virtual, online is possible nowadays, and the blended learning and the flipped classrooms are very possible nowadays. In this scenario, how to connect the young children, toddlers, teenagers? How can we go physically, emotionally, and kinesthetically to connect to the children is a big question in front of us. The educators here discussing so many points how to connect the children emotionally and physically in paper and in print media and the social media and all the technological areas. So what we feel, we are running into the schools, we are always with the children, how we connect kinesthetically and emotionally is a matter. So we always suggest to bring in children to have a physical activities with us. We always wanted to be with them, connecting them as a guide by side, not the stage on the stage. We wanted to connect children by guiding them with the restricted place and free place. So always we wanted the adult and the faculties and the facilitators to be the mentors, to groom children in such a way to become a good citizens. So then only they can do the social cause to develop the country to par with the developed countries. India is developing, always a developing country. We wanted to bring in India as a developed country unless or until we groom children in such a way. This is my, I can put it as in the dais as a suggestion, than taking children in distance education. So thank you very much, Chandan, for bringing me in the forum, intellectual forum, to share few ideas. I think so I am going to present a panel discussion on SD, Sustainable Development Goals. So we will meet you soon with so many ideas to interact each other, how to bring India and developed sustainable, achievable goal to stand in front of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Saramma Samuel, Secretary, RBS Group of Institutions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I wish to thank LinkedIn, Mr. Chandan and Mr. Jain for the opportunity to share my thoughts. Kudos to the organizers for selecting the right topic, pioneering education, skilling and employability in the 21st century workplace. This is a topical issue everywhere, more so in India. India is a very young country with an average age of 29. China has become the manufacturing hub for the world today. Similarly, India is fast becoming a knowledge hub and a supplier of skilled manpower to the rest of the world. We are all aware that Indians have made a mark in the United States of America, UK, and in many Western countries over the past 50 years. Today, Japan is also looking to India to recruit manpower. Many of the CEOs of top corporates globally are of Indian origin. In order to sustain this trend, education both in schools and higher educational institutions have to play a pivotal role. Specifically, the major stakeholders involved in this process need to deliver their responsibilities with great precision. They are the management, the teachers, parents, and of course students. Let us briefly look at their individual responsibilities. Let us begin with the management, the big boss. Most of the private managements have invested meticulously on the infrastructure, state-of-art physical ambience, environment-friendly designs and architecture, student-friendly cafeteria, gym, room for meditation, library facilities, auditoriums, playgrounds, hostel facilities, and the like. These are, of course, non-negotiable. But the fact of the matter is that for excellence in education outcomes, greater effort must be put into developing the human resource, that is the teaching fraternity. On understanding the significance of developing effective teachers and facilitators, the management at RVS Educational Trust diligently invests in our teachers, SMEs or subject matter experts, and they sponsor them for state-of-art educational programs in international colleges and universities like MIT, Kellogg's, Harvard School of Business, Columbia University, London School of Economics, IMD Business School, Switzerland, Imperial College of London, and Wharton School of Business, to name a few. When the core processor, in this case the teachers in an institution, excel, the ripples of excellence are experienced throughout the teaching learning process. The next comes the role of the teacher. Most of us would agree that we loved a subject because we loved the teacher. The teacher was excellent. Today it's no longer the sage on the stage scenario. The use of interactive and participative learning, experiential learning, use of case studies and simulations, technology-driven learning helps to prepare the students for the digital era. This enhances the core competencies of the students, making the learning experience challenging and rewarding. Training the students to enhance employability skills is extremely essential. Skills related to critical thinking, problem solving, communication skills, developing a positive attitude, being a team player, and digital skills are the cherry on the top of the pudding. My teacher taught me many decades ago that attitude cannot be taught, it has to be caught. And it is caught looking at the teacher, observing the teachers. Most of the employers will grab students who have a positive attitude because the technical or the hard skill is always sharpened on the job. Next comes the role of the parents. Gone are the days when parents insisted that the road to success, fame, and fortune for high performers was vested in the medical and engineering professions alone. A few decades ago, parents had to face the pressure from social peers and family without making any informed decision about the abilities and aptitude of their children. Today, the options are numerous. The scope is tremendous in the field of humanities, fashion and design, photography, hospitality management, music, dance, sports, arts, and the like. It is the role of the parents to nurture the ambience at home, to value life, inculcate moral values, ethics, social and domestic responsibilities, kindness, respect, and dignity for life. Last but not the least, the role of the student. The student needs to have a mind of their own, choosing the courses they wish to opt for after having intelligently weighed the pros and cons. Students need counsel to avoid herd mentality. We hear them saying, I want to choose this particular course because my friends are doing it. Or I want to choose this college because my friends are going there. An awareness of one's strengths, weaknesses, laying realistic goals, and willingness to work until the goal is achieved is the exclusive responsibility of every student. Students can choose to upskill themselves through short-term courses, internship possibilities with earning while learning options that will introduce them to a new arena of learning to manage their own finances. Students are encouraged to multitask, thus increasing their employment worthiness. College to corporate connect is a strategic partnership with a win-win outcome. At RVS, we take these concepts very seriously at every level, plan and meticulously implement these strategies for the comprehensive development of our educational endeavors, thus pioneering skill and employability among our students. With these thoughts, I wish to conclude this talk on a very optimistic note. The new normal Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, is happening right in our campuses. Our education is creating an impact locally and globally. And of course, we are creating change makers, academic leaders, social reformers, thinkers, researchers, and above all, better human beings. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your valuable points, ma'am. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Manjula Pooja Shroff, MD and CEO of Kalorex Group. We welcome you, ma'am. I request everyone to give a big round of applause once again.
Vanakkam. Only Uma ma'am will respond. What about the hall? Vanakkam. Is Ramba. Louder. Loud. Okay, what is the word?
Anbana.
Anbana Vanakkam. It's really always a pleasure to come back to Tamil Nadu. I've always maintained, and publicly so, that if Indian education system, the legacy of Indian education system is being managed, is being implemented, and kept alive, it is in this state. And Uma ma'am just mentioned to me that this Coimbatore is the educational hub of the state. So double pleasure to be here. I hope you do understand that if you are the educational hub of Tamil Nadu, which is the heart of education in India, how much responsibility that rests on your shoulder. I hope you really understand that. Because it's very easy to rest on the laurels of history, but extremely difficult to maintain that standard. And I believe that everybody who's here comes to grow. Everybody who attends conferences wants to go back and do something new, something innovative in their campuses, and that's why you're here. I have attended so many conferences in my career that I can tell you that sometimes the learnings are not sustained. Sometimes you go back brimming with ideas and can do very little on the already established dinosaur-like processes that we have in organizations. So what's really going on? Of course we come here, we open your minds, you open our minds, there are exchange of ideas, but is that enough? Dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, what is the new normal? The new normal is not an event in history. The new normal is not a day. The new normal is not a calendar. The new normal is not a date. The new normal is an ongoing event. The new normal, in my mind, signifies 2 E's. So everybody is aware that the artificial intelligence is shaking the world. We have to attend to artificial intelligence. We cannot do that by saying we are going to teach you all the subject matter there is in artificial intelligence. No. We have to teach preparedness for change. That E is that emotional intelligence, where the preparedness for the new world, which is the VUCA world. Anybody VUCA? V for volatile. U for? Between you and me, let's resolve this. So VUCA is V for volatile, U for uncertain, C for complex, and A for ambiguous, right? The future is completely unknown. तो क्या पढ़ाएंगे आप? If you don't know what the future is about, what are you going to teach? So it is not in the subject matter. It is in the attitude. You can never teach situations. You can only teach attitude. In attitude, I sort of, acronyms are easy to remember. So the 3 P's, how do you teach attitudes for the future, keeping the VUCA in mind? The first is the ability to predict. I was actually seeing a video shot of the Prime Minister, and he was talking to the Times of India conclave. And he was saying that I get asked very often, what is your success formula? Why are you such a great leader? And he said this, I'm able to see the future. I'm able to predict. I'm able to project and therefore prepare. The ability to profess, to predict is a great ability. That's the number 1 P. The second P is problem solving. Okay, so you can see the future. So what? You have to solve. You have to break down complex tasks and solve. And the third P, without which there is no success, is persistence. You will never see success overnight. Success is a journey. It's never a destination. So those are the 3 P's by which you can deal with the VUCA world, the emotional aspect. So I talked about 2 E's. To deal with VUCA, you need emotional intelligence through which you'll prepare for the 3 P's. On the other side of the E is sustainability. The planet if we do not teach sustainability, accountability to students for the planet, there'll be more VUCA because there won't even be a planet. So these are the two fundamental pillars of new normal. You want to get down to the brass tacks, you get down to the foundation, those are the two in my mind. I'm going to now come back to why you are here. You are here to learn, of course, but you are also here to make a difference to your institution. And if you're here to make a difference to your institution, it is after attending so many such conferences that I realize that I may stand here and motivate you. I may help you think differently. But if I don't give you a path to implement, you remember the lag, you go back and don't achieve much? And that's where we at Kalorex worked on NEP. Let me tell you that NEP is a fine document. If we understand NEP and implement NEP for the next 5-10 years, we are so sorted, I can't tell you. But the saddest part of it is we don't know what to do. It's such a cumbersome document that padhte padhte thak jate hain log. And we understood that. Because you know what? I've been part of policy making. I've written white papers. And I know that writing is good, but implementation is better. So here's what we did. This little document, we put in this room principals and senior academic leaders, people from the field, people who actually work on the ground, and said, look at NEP. NEP is in two parts, school education, higher education. And then of course there is government and all of that. I'm only talking relevant parts. And we worked on the K-12 part. K-12 part has 8 chapters. ECC, early education everyone. FLN, foundation literacy numeracy. Curtailing school dropouts, which is more pertinent to the government. Curriculum pedagogy in the new normal. Teachers, everybody talks about. Without teachers, we cannot go anywhere. And I want to just elaborate what ma'am was just talking about on the teachers. At Kalorex, we have a 3-tier training for teachers. The first level is knowledge transfer. What I'm trying to talk to you, you'll read is knowledge transfer. That is the simplest part of training. The second part is personal development. When you understand, you can teach. For that you have to imbibe. For that you have to integrate. It doesn't happen at a mental level. It happens at a being level. The human capital, the human development, the human being. It is only at that level when you learn, you can transfer. Other than that is all superficial knowledge transfer. So first layer is knowledge transfer. Second layer is the personal development. And the third layer is the lifelong learning, where we say continuous professional development, CPD. NEP has made it mandatory that every teaching faculty has to go through 50 hours of training. And you'll go through 1,000 hours of training. If you don't integrate and imbibe the learning, you will never transfer it. So it's never about the training. It's about how much you learn. Even if you learn 20%, you are the expert in that 20%. By the way, I love that word SME, subject matter expert. So, chapter 5 is teachers, very key chapter. Chapter 6 is equitable and inclusive education. Our classrooms are not friendly to ADHD, to dyslexia. Where will these children study? So that's chapter 6. Chapter 7 is efficient resource and efficient governance, which is management, and standard setting and accreditation, which is examinations, assessments, SQAF. Everybody familiar with SQAF? SQAF. So what we did is we put people in the room like this and said, can you give us a very simple document, which is an implementation tool. Chapter-wise, if we can implement these 10 or 12 or 15 ideas, we've done the minimum implementation of NEP. Maximum, you can take it to wherever you want to. And that's how this little book. Anybody who wants a copy, I have my colleagues here, will be very happy to share this copy with you. Take it, implement it. One is it is a mandatory thing for the country. But you know what, if we don't come out with small little tools like this, we understand the pain of educators. You can't implement. And so this little book is in that direction. Like I said, one thing is mindset. The second thing is an action plan for implementation. And I do hope those of you who will take this book will find value. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am. Your expertise and enthusiasm were truly inspiring, and I believe everyone here gained value insight from your speech. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Jayant Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead South, Academics and Government, LinkedIn. We welcome you, sir. Once again, give a big round of applause.
Vanakkam, Coimbatore. First of all, I want to thank ArdorComm for bringing this event to Coimbatore. I remember at a previous event at Chennai, I spoke to Chandan and Ashish about having an event in Coimbatore. And I'm glad that we're finally here. I wanted to start off by talking about a very interesting article that came out in the Harvard Business Review some time ago. I think from 22 to 23, there was a 45% dip in entry-level jobs that required a professional degree in the US, right? If I'm an educator sitting in India, I think alarm bells would be ringing, yeah? And even in organizations like ours, like LinkedIn, and many organizations in India, they are not asking for a degree anymore, right? And LinkedIn, fundamentally being a recruitment platform, we are seeing that shift at a recruiter level. There is a 65% increase in recruiters who are searching for skills first. They're not looking at whether you have a degree or not. They're looking at whether you have a skill, you have the ability to demonstrate it, right? So that is a very interesting trend which I foresee coming onto our shows in the near future. Another interesting data point that I want to pull out is from the World Economic Forum, where they've said that 85 million jobs are going to become redundant by 2025. But the good news is that 97 million new jobs are going to be created, according to them. Now, LinkedIn's data tells us that there is roughly a 30% shift in the top skills or skills that are in demand every 5 to 6 years in India. So, what a lot of students are learning today are going to become completely irrelevant by the time they graduate, probably, right? So at LinkedIn, we are keeping a close watch on these changing skills because we are in the recruitment business, right? And I think sometimes I hear a lot of educators, a lot of students even panic. Okay, so many jobs are going to become irrelevant and so many professions are going to die. But my point to them is always that when the electric bulb came into our homes, a lot of people selling lamps ran out of business, right? But we adopted. We adapted to kind of the changes that came in. A lot of people selling horse carriages ran out of business when the car came in, right? But we've always come out on top and we've always learned to adopt, right? And I think that is what I think we all need to in the education space in India. And that is what I'm hearing overwhelmingly from educators. I think Mr. Thomas and Mr. Nandagopal from the earlier panel spoke about how students are coming to campus for the learning experience, right? Today, even at LinkedIn, a lot of our training that happens are happening in the form of a series. So they've realized that important topics, when there are documents, when there is just one person talking about a certain topic, it's all going above the heads of people, and people are completing it as a tick mark activity. So what LinkedIn has done is our training happens in the form of a TV series, right? I was just talking to ma'am about it, wherein we are rooting for certain characters, there is a plot, and we know exactly what's happening, and we are anticipating what is going to happen in the next series that comes out, right? So I think we are, and we can expect changes like this to come up in the thing, because it has to be a proper learning experience for students, and students are coming for that to your campuses, right? Now, having said all this, I think the changing learning landscape, I think, presents a lot of challenges. But as ma'am said, I think it's important to stay positive, and I see a lot of opportunities as a result of that. And I'm hopeful that, you know, we embrace technology and innovation to kind of make sure we are able to create the best learning experience for our students. And thank you so much, and once again welcome you all to this lovely event. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your contribution have greatly enriched our event, and we are incredibly grateful for your time and effort in sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you once again. So it's time for the felicitation. Uma Kannan, Founder Principal, Sri Venkateswara Group of Schools. Give a big round of applause, please. Professor Saramma Samuel, Secretary, RVS Group of Institutions. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Dr. Manjula Pooja, Shroff, MD and CEO of Kalorex Group. Thank you once again, ma'am. Mr. Jayan Prakash, Account Director and Regional Lead, South Academics and Government, LinkedIn. Do everyone join for a group photo?